This is Akashvani Chennai. We bring to you a literary talk titled The Universal Appeal of Malgudi Stories. The talk is presented by Ms.RAMYA Ravi, Assistant Professor of English, Alpha Arts and Science College, Chennai.
Today, I would like to speak on the universal appeal of Malgudi stories, exploring how seemingly local narratives resonate with readers across the world. Despite being deeply rooted in Indian culture, Malgudi reflects universal human experiences, making its characters relatable to readers of all ages and nations. I hope this discussion will help us appreciate how simplicity, humor, and humanity combine to give Malgudi its lasting and universal charm. R.K. Narayan was born on 10th October 1908 in Madras. He spent much of his childhood in Mysore, a place that later became the cultural and emotional foundation of Malgudi. Narayan completes his studies at Maharaj College, Mysore, where he earned a degree in arts. He was a mediocre student. His early career was marked by rejection slips and financial struggle. However, encouragement from British novelist Graham Greene helped him to publish Narayan's first novel, introducing Malgudi to the world. Narayan went on to write novels, short stories, essays, travelogues, and retelling of Indian epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata in simple prose. He received many honors including Sahitya Akademi Award in 1960, Padma Bhushan in 1964, Padma Vibhushan in 2000. R.K. Narayan passed on 13th May 2001, leaving behind a literary legacy that continues to live through Malgudi. Malgudi is an imaginary town, but it feels remarkably real. It has its schools, temples, market, rivers Sarayu, Ventas, teachers, astrologers, and common citizens. Though Malgudi is geographically Indian, emotionally it belongs to the world. The experience of its people, such as joy, fear, ambition, love, failure, and hope, are universal human experiences. Readers may not know Malgudi, but they recognize its people. This ability to make the local universal is the foundation of Malgudi's lasting appeal. The central reason of the universal appeal of Malgudi stories lies in Narayan's choice of characters. He does not write about kings, warriors, or extraordinary heroes. Instead, his stories revolve around schoolboys, struggling professionals, spiritual seekers, shopkeepers, teachers, vendors, and clerks. These characters are ordinary, but their emotions are profound. Across culture, people understand the anxiety of exams, the confusion of youth, the desire for success, the pain of loss, and the search for meaning. Thus, Malgudi's characters become mirrors in which readers see themselves. So, we can get to know about few writings of R.K. Narayan. So, first we can explore Swami and Friends. Swami and Friends was published in 1935, and Swami and Friends is Narayan's first novel and the foundation stone of Malgudi. The novel follows Swaminathan, a mischievous schoolboy studying at Albert Mission School. Through Swami's eye, we experience childhood, fear of exams, strict teachers, friendship, rebellion, and innocence. Swami's relationship with his friends Mani and Rajam reveals the emotional depth of childhood bonds. Rajam's departure from Malgudi is portrayed with quiet heartbreak, making the novel universally relatable. Beyond childhood friend, the novel stably touches upon colonial education, authority, and the loss of innocence. This novel appears globally because childhood emotions are universal. Whether in India or abroad, readers recognize Swami's fear, joy, and confusion. So, next we can explore The Bachelor of Arts, which was published in 1937. This novel traces the emotional and intellectual growth of Chandran, a college student in Malgudi. Chandran experiences academic pressure, romantic idealism, heartbreak, and spiritual confusion. When his love fails, he withdraws from society and wandering like a sannyasi before finally accepting responsibility. The novel portrays youthful idealism meeting reality, a universal theme across culture. Narayan's realistically captures the uncertainty of young adulthood, like career anxiety, emotional imbalance, and the struggle between freedom and duty. Chandran's journey resonates with students everywhere, so making the novel deeply relatable beyond Indian society. So next we can explore The English Teacher, which was published in 1945. This deeply personal novel reflects Narayan's own life. It tells the story of Krishnan, an English lecturer in Malgudi, whose wife Susila dies suddenly after a short illness. The novel moves from domestic happiness to devastating loss. Krishnan's grief, loneliness, and eventual spiritual awakening are portrayed with great sensitivity. He seeks meaning beyond conventional education and discovers peace through emotional and spiritual connection. The novel's universal appeal lies in its honest portrayal of love, death, and healing. These experiences are common to all humanity. Next comes the Mr. Sampath, which was published in 1949. Mr. Sampath explores emotion and illusion. Sampath is a printer who enters the world of cinema. His ambition and showmanship contrast with Srinivas, a journalist who represents moral stability. The novel satires fame, ego, and entertainment industry. These themes are relevant even today. Readers everywhere recognize Sampath, the charming but unreliable dreamer chasing success. So, the last comes The Guide, which was published in 1958. The Guide is Narayan's most celebrated novel. It tells the story of Raju, a tourist guide who transforms from a fraud into a spiritual figure. Through a series of moral failures and self-realization, Raju ultimately sacrifices himself for others. The novel explores identity, redemption, and moral growth. Raju's transformation makes the novel universally powerful. It asks whether flawed humans can achieve spiritual greatness. Narayan's stories are built on basic human emotions, not complex theories. Love, fear, jealousy, pride, innocence, guilt, and forgiveness. These emotions are not bound by geography or culture. Whether a reader lives in India or England or in America, these feelings remain the same. Because emotions are universal, Malgudi's stories speak to readers everywhere. So another key reason for Malgudi's universal appeal is Narayan's simple and transparent language. He wrote in English, but his style was free from complexity and artificial decorations. His sentences are clear, conversational, and is easy to follow. The simplicity makes Malgudi stories accessible to students, general readers, and international audiences. Narayan's English carries an Indian rhythm, but its clarity allows global readers to enter the world of Malgudi without difficulty. Humor plays a vital role in Narayan's storytelling. His humor is not loud or sarcastic. It is gentle, ironic, and deeply human. He laughs at human weakness but never with cruelty. For instance, a proud man who fails an ambitious person misjudging reality, a well meaning character creating chaos unintentionally. Such situations are universal. People everywhere smile at the foolishness of human behavior because it is familiar and relatable. Though Malgudi is small, it represents the large human society. Within its boundary, we see traditional coexisting with change, faith alongside doubt, ambition chasing with contentment, and modern ideas entering the old customs. These conflicts are not limited to India. Every society experiences the tension between old and new. Thus, Malgudi becomes the microcosm of the world, making it universally relevant. Narayan never hides Indian culture. Temples, festivals, astrology, joint families, and traditional values appears naturally in his stories. Yet, he does not explain or exaggerate them for foreign readers. Instead, he allows culture to exist naturally, trusting readers to connect emotionally. This honesty makes Malgudi authentic. Readers may not share the cultures, but they understand the emotions behind it. The universal appeal of Malgudi's stories also lies in Narayan's deep humanism. He believes in the essential goodness of people. Even when characters make mistakes, Narayan treats them with compassion. There are no villains in Malgudi, only flawed human beings. This humane vision resonates across culture because everyone understands imperfection and forgiveness. Malgudi stories are not tied to a specific political event or historical moment. As a result, they do not age quickly. Themes like childhood, ambition, morality, and self-discovery remains relevant in every era. This timeless quality ensures that Malgudi continues to attract new generations of readers. The universal appeal of Malgudi is reflected in its global recognition. Writers like Graham Greene admired Narayan's works and helped introduce it to the international readers. Malgudi stories has been translated into many languages and adapted for television. Through Malgudi, global readers gained a glimpse of Indian life, not as something exotic, but as something human and familiar. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, Malgudi stories offer something rare: stillness and reflection. They remind readers to pause, observe, and value small moments. This need for an emotional grounding makes Malgudi deeply appealing even in modern times. Dear listeners, the universal appeal of Malgudi stories lies not in grand events but in quiet truths. Akin Narayan shows us that lives of ordinary peoples matter, that small towns contain vast emotional worlds, and simplicity can cross all boundaries. Malgudi may be a dot on the fictional map of India, but in literature, it is a place without borders, a town that belongs to everyone. As long as human beings continue to love, fail, hope, and dream, the stories of Malgudi will continue to speak to the world.
That was Ms. Ramya Ravi, Assistant Professor of English, Alpha Arts and Science College, Chennai, presenting to you a literary talk titled The Universal Appeal of Malgudi Stories. This program came to you from the studios of Akashvani, Chennai.